everything about this book screaming that Nat will love it. Hey y'all, my name is Nat. I hope you're having a terrific day today, and for this video we are going to be doing the 5-star predictions book tag. Alright, before I get into anything bookish, make sure to hit like and subscribe down below, as well as tell me in the comments what is a 5-star prediction that you have. This is kind of funny, honestly. I had basically written off doing 5-star prediction list because A, it takes me forever to get to those books after I make the list, and then B, a lot of the time I feel like I know well enough that what I like in books. If I think it's gonna be a 5-star, there's a strong possibility it'll be a 5-star. But then ironically, 𝗖cie created and tagged me in the 5-star prediction book tag. This actually might be kind of fun to like kick off a video plan. Also to try out some books that I haven't been prioritizing or I'm really nervous about. Kind of just force myself into reading them, you know, put a video on it, and that means I get it read a little bit faster. So yes, as I said, this was created and I was tagged by 𝗖cie at 𝗖cie 𝗁𝘁. I'll put a link to her original video in the cards up above, but let's jump right into the questions, starting at the top with, give me a 5-star book prediction that is by a favorite author. And for this one, I'm gonna go with Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid. I'm currently 2 for 3 of Ava Reid's books being 5 stars, so I feel like this is a pretty solid prediction. I just love what they do with the themes in their story, the writing itself. Basically, if this author is writing it, chances are I'm going to enjoy it. And Lady Macbeth is obviously going to be a Macbeth retelling, and I am so interested to see what this author does with it. Macbeth is actually one of these Shakespeare stories that I don't know a ton about, but I hear a lot of positive things. I know it's kind of considered like a cursed play in the theater scene, and I believe Lady Macbeth is supposed to be quite an interesting character, and I bet Reid is gonna do her so well. Next question. Give me a 5-star book prediction that someone else loving it has gotten you excited. For that one, I'm definitely going with 𝗖cie Black Lora by Scott Lynch. I've heard so many positive things about this book. So many. When I looked up this book on Goodreads and Storygraph, I had many friends who've given it 5 stars or 4.5 stars. Rana, Christy, Dasha, Mel, Mary, like all of them gave this 5 stars. I think Jack gave it like a really high 4 stars. I've heard so many positive things, and then the idea of the story is very up my alley. Con artists pulling off a heist, although somebody recently told me in my book club that it's actually more of like a complicated Ponzi scheme, which somehow makes me more intrigued because it's a fantasy world. And then the second book I think has like pirate vibes, and I also love pirate stories. So like everything about this sounds like it's gonna work so well for me. It's just quite long. Yeah, this is over 700 pages. And big books still scare me. I'm doing better, but they still scare me. Next question. Give me a 5-star book prediction that the blurb tropes are so your thing. For this one, I have to go with Princess of Souls by Alexandra Christo. First off, I loved Alexandra Christo's prior work, To Kill a Kingdom, so that's why I was really excited for this one. But on top of Alexandra Christo, this is also a Rapunzel retelling, but where she's evil. I heard there's some twists on Greek mythology going on with the setup of the story, and y'all know I adore Greek mythology. And then finally, the romance is enemies to lovers once again. So everything about this book screaming that Nat will love it. And I'm hoping I will. Obviously, I have it on my shelves. I have this gorgeous special edition that I got for quite cheap. I haven't read it, and I'm still disappointed in myself, but I can't wait to. Next question. Give me a 5-star book prediction that is your most anticipated future release. Well, at this moment, is it any surprise at all that Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune is it? Listen, this is the second book in the House in the Cerulean Sea series, which I don't really think needed to be a series. I don't, if I'm being honest. But I really don't even care because I love these characters so much. The first book is 100% a happy place for me. It's been a light in my life at multiple different points when I've been going through some really rough crap. Of course, I'm going to buy the second one. Of course, I am excited. I'm hopeful it'll give me those same feelings. I really am, but through the eyes of Arthur instead of Linus, I can't wait for it. I won't front with y'all. I am a little nervous, but even still, I hope this will be 5 stars. Next question. Give me a 5-star prediction that is a bold, risky prediction that you need to manifest into 5 stars. Love this one, Chloe. I am gonna go with Children of Anguish and Anarchy by Tomi Adeyemi. The first book in the series was one of the first books I read when I was getting really back into reading, and I loved it because it had Avatar: The Last Airbender vibes.
Why are you smiling at me like that?
I was smiling?
100%. There's so many connections to that TV show that you can see in this series. It was also the first novel that I read that introduced me into the Orishas and Yoruba mythology, which is something that I've read more of now and continue to find really interesting. But the second book, I rode the high with it when I read it, if I'm being honest, and that's why I gave it like such a strong 4-star. But looking back on it, it had its issues. It really did. And this is the third. This is closing out. I've been waiting for this for many years. It is significantly shorter than the first and still shorter than the second. I'm really nervous. I really don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know how this is gonna wrap up. Characters in the second book made some dumb decisions, and I'm so hoping this will end on a positive note, that it'll stick the landing, but I don't know. I don't know. This is me manifesting that this will be 5 stars. Next question. Give me a 5-star prediction you've been putting off reading because your hopes are so high. I couldn't not go with A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. I, along with everybody else, adored Rebecca Ross's newest duology, and this is her prior duology that I already wanted to read because I've heard a lot of positive things about it from Hannah at A Clockwork Reader, as well as my best friend Allie. I actually was able to meet her and have her sign this, which is awesome. But I believe this is based in like Scotland, and our main character is a bard who I believe has to return to his home island to help investigate the disappearance of these missing girls. Yes, the future leader of the clan believes Jack, a bard, is the only one who can help find them, and they were childhood enemies and now unwilling partners. That sounds like a great time. I'm so intrigued about this one. I've heard the writing is absolutely stunning. I'm so excited to get to it. But after her prior series that I read, I've been a little nervous for this one. I'll be honest, it's also on the chunkier side. So is the second book. But I really do want this to be 5 stars. I want it so badly. It also will complete the bard prompt for my fantasy bingo, which means I should prioritize it. I should get it read here soon. Next question. Give me a 5-star book prediction that has a beautiful cover that you've already fallen in love with. Well, shout out to Josh because he is the one that bought this for me. It is freaking stunning, and I am now so hopeful that I will adore this book. The Night Ends with Fire by 𝗖cie his𝗁. This is beautiful. It's a Mulan retelling, and I love Mulan. It was one of my favorite Disney movies as a kid. So of course, I can't freaking wait. It's got dragons as well, which obviously have been all the rage. I personally haven't really read a book with dragons. It just blew me away. Most dragon books I've read so far have been very middling, very meh. I'm hopeful for this one. I really am praying that I am gonna adore this, that this is gonna be a big old 5 stars so I can keep it on my shelves and display it because she is so pretty. So pretty. Next question. Give me a 5-star book prediction that is the next in a series you've loved. All the Hidden Paths by Foz Meadows. I really loved the first book in this series, Strange and Stubborn Endurance. So much so that I immediately went out and bought the second one of this, and I was planning to like immediately read it. That did not happen, especially seeing as how it is a chunkier book. Again, you're seeing a pattern here, right? We're once again following Bellicin and Cathari. They're trying to make a new normal for themselves. Some additional mystery goes on, some additional political scheming. I don't want to know too much more, honestly. I just want to experience more with these 2 boys and seeing them continue to fall in love and work out how to have their happily ever after. I can't wait to get to it. I just need to make the time for it. What I clearly need to do is make a vlog of me reading books I keep putting off. That's what I need to do, apparently. Technically, the first book was a 4.5 star, but like I tend to round those up to a 5 star if I'm being honest, and I'd love it if this one does the same thing. I don't know though. I'm nervous. I haven't seen nearly as many reviews for this one in comparison to the first. Next question. Give me a 5-star book prediction that is popular and you want to get on that train. I gotta go with Cultish by Amanda Montell. The title of this, the idea behind it, struck my fancy the first time I heard about it, and I've been wanting to get to it. I really have. That was like 3 years ago when it first got put on my TBR, and here I am, still having not read it. I am ashamed. Honestly, everything by Amanda Montell actually has intrigued me. So this is an author that I am hoping will become a 5-star author, but I'm fascinated by cults, like most other people, I feel. And I think the idea behind seeing cultish elements in everyday products, teams, clubs, that sort of stuff is just really fascinating to look at, like the psychology behind that. I hope this is 5 stars whenever I eventually get to it. I just don't know when that's gonna happen. Last of the prompts is give me a 5-star book that just gives the 5-star vibe. Having just read another unhinged woman with like female rage, I'm gonna ride that wave and say Woman Eating by Claire Coda. This is following a woman who is half vampire. I think this like rides the line between that unhinged woman, female rage, and like staring into the void sort of energy, but it also has a focus on food, as our main character can't really eat food but longs to try all of these different things, which I don't know why, that just sounds really interesting to see in this sort of a story. But then she herself is also an artist, and she's like growing, maybe starting to gain some attention or like come into her identity as an artist. I'm not really sure. See, I don't know a lot about this book, really. I just have like little ideas of it. It gives me 5-star vibes. It's really why I bought it in the first place, was because it sounds like something that I'm gonna love and give 5 stars. Once again, this is me hoping, praying that that will happen. All right, and last but not least, this is a tag, so of course I do have to tag some people. Last one is to tag 5 booktubers. I think I'm gonna go with Alexis Fully Booked, Rita at Life Worth Reading, Marley at Type 1 Reader, Jem at The Creepy Geek, and also Zach at Rye Reads. I'll put links to all of those wonderful people in the description down below. Please go give all of them a follow. They make great content. And on that note, that is it for today, y'all. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, obviously you have to leave a star emoji. I come out with videos on Monday and Friday, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Love you, bye!